my best or worst kept secret. Ta-da! So let me start riding, and then I will I'll let you know what the deal is. Right, so this is my new bike. You must be thinking, oh my god, what's going on? Let me show you. Right, so this is a 2025 Triumph Trident. It's a 660cc. It is brand new, and I think I got basically the deal of the century. So I'm only going to do this quickly this time, because believe it or not, this is actually the third attempt of me doing this. The first one, the camera wasn't recording, so all I got was audio. The second time, the audio wasn't working, but the video was working. And actually the third time, which I tried to do last night on my way to Ipswich, was peeing down with rain and the camera turned off. So anyway, this is a Triumph Trident 660, and as you can probably tell, I have traded in the Herald. So talking about the deal, to get that out of the way quickly, basically these retail for about £8,000. 7,995 is normally what you see online. And I was obviously, I don't know if you can remember, Grandad, but the last time I was down, I was saying, oh, I love the Trident 660, but I also love the Street 77765, definitely one of them too. Well, basically, I saw this little beauty go online at Triumph Oxford for £6,250. So almost £2,000 off. Now I contacted them and said, what's the deal, basically, thinking it might be an ex-demo bike. And no, they said, no, it's a brand new bike. Basically, it's coming to the end of the year, and we're about to stock the new Trident 800, which is the bigger model of this, basically. And they said, we've got one left in our stock, and we're just trying to get rid of it. So I said, well, do you take part exchange? Yes, we do. Excellent. So long story short, they've offered me, well, sorry, I should say they offered me £1,700, £1,700 for the Herald, which I thought was really, really good. Bearing in mind I bought the Herald for £2,200 on the road, yeah, this I couldn't believe it actually when they offered me that. I thought, got £500 less. Bearing in mind I'd done about 1,400 miles on the on the Herald. So anyway, yeah, I thought that was a blooming good price actually. So £1,700 off of the 6,250 asking price. That left 4,500. I gave them a £500 deposit. This was actually in December, because basically what they said was, we can only run this deal. Triumph have basically only let them run that deal if it can be sold and basically registered during the year of 2025. Now I don't know how taxes and things work, but that's apparently what they were saying anyway. So this was on the 21st of December, so just before Christmas, and I said, well look, I don't want to rush into it, how long have I got, basically. They said, well, it would need to be before the 1st of January, so you've got until the 31st of December basically. So anyway, I thought about it over Christmas, and I ummed and ahed, and I thought, you know what, life is too bloody short, and this has been the plan since I did my CBT in June. I've always wanted a, you know, a mid-range bike, and this definitely will be the bike which I have for a very, very long time, because there's no need for me to get anything quicker, which you will see in a second when I open up the taps a little bit. So I thought, sod it, let's do it. So anyway, I messaged them at the end of December and said, okay, yep, I want to do it. The only problem is I go to New Zealand on the 7th of January. So what will delivery do? And they said, well, we can keep it in our showroom till you get back. And I said, oh, I don't really want to do that, to be honest. So they said, well, we can get it delivered to you during the first week of January. How about that? I said, oh, yes, please. So anyway, they delivered it on the 6th of January. The 6th of January, the day before I came down. Which meant I had no chance to ride it, because if I play this clip now, you would have seen that that was snowing that day, and there was no way I was taking out a brand new big bike. Are you going to there was no way I was going to take out a brand new big bike in the snow. Not on your Nelly. So it had to just sit. It had to just sit in my garage for the whole time I was in New Zealand, and I never got to ride it. And oh my god, it was so hard not to let slip, because I really wanted to say, but I've had this idea in my head since I started riding, 6 months ago when it was, that I wanted to be able to just make a video and be like, ta-da, this is a surprise. So I thought, sod it, I haven't had the chance to actually ride the bike and that, so let me I'll just wait till I'm back and record a video. Anyway, this has been 2 or 3 days now I've been riding this, and I've wanted to get this video out for ages, but unfortunately I've just had technical issues. So hopefully this one does work, or I'm really going to pull my hair out. But anyway, let me quickly let me read out some of the stats for you. So this is a I didn't actually tell you, did I? So I put a £500 deposit down, which meant I still had £4,000 left to pay for it. Now obviously I don't have them sort of funds, so finance was the route which I had to go. Now I'm someone which doesn't really like finance, to be honest. I try and keep my monthly payments as low as possible if I can, but recently I've been trying to do more things through monthly payments just to increase my credit score, and I got such a good deal. So I did a deal with a finance company for £4,000, and I'm paying it, it's a 3-year contract, and I'm paying it, it's £136 a month. So £136 a month for 3 years. At the end of the first 12 months I can then pay a lump sum of whatever amount I want, if I want to, and that will be deducted from the interest. Now the interest, this is, I think, is the good part. So over 3 years I'm paying back, I think it's 5,300 and something pounds, so call it 5,300. That means I'm paying an extra £1,300 interest over 3 years on a £4,000 finance, which I think is pretty good, because people that I was speaking to at work, they've got cars which they finance for like £8,000-9,000, but they're paying back like 15 grand, which is, I just think, is mental. So when he said that it was not that much extra interest, really, I thought that was blimmin' brilliant. So anyway, you know what, let's just go this way, and I'll go down a little country lane just to show you. But yeah, as you can see, it's got a half TFT display screen at the bottom there, and then an LCD one up the top, and the features on it is absolutely brilliant. It comes, the 2025 model comes standard with this little beauty here. I don't know if you can see that, but look, I'll just use it here. It is cruise control, which I think is just, on a motorbike, that is amazing. I didn't even know you could get cruise control. So anyway, that's the that's one side of it, which is the cruise control. That, on the 2024 model, that was about £400 to get that added. And also it comes with this. I don't know if you can see that down there, but look, if you look, let me downshift a little bit. Look, I'm not using the clutch, and then just with the quick shifter does it on its own. And also it's got an automatic auto blipper, so if I use it without the clutch, like downshifting, you'll hear that it rev matches. Ready? Listen. Smooth as you like. Look at that. And the pull is just amazing. It's so good. So anyway, let's go down some couple of country roads just before the sun starts to set, and the video dies, because I've only got about 40% battery on the video, but I just wanted to get out in the sun. And to be honest, I don't mind that the video didn't work properly yesterday, except for the fact that I drove all the way down to Ipswich. I was waffling for about 40 minutes, and then when I got back I realised that, yeah, it hadn't worked properly, so I was fuming. But anyway, yeah, I hope you like the look of it. I mean, it had to be a Triumph. I just love these bikes. The characteristics, it's got an inline 3 engine, which you can probably hear. It's just so smooth, so smooth. Yeah, look, if I go through the display here, look, there you go, look, it's 600 miles for the first service interval, and or the 1st or January 2027. But obviously I'm going to try and get through these 477 miles as quickly as I can, just because you'll see that when I start riding, it flashes when I get to a certain rev, and that's obviously during the braking period, which I am actually being very very cautious about. I'm trying to stick to it as best I can. And also you'll see that I've done 112 miles now. That's over the last 3 days, well, bar about 4 of them miles, and it used to flash at 3,000 revs, but now as soon as I hit 100 miles, that rev flash has gone up to 5,000 revs, and then I think when I get to, I want to say 300 miles, it then goes up to 6,500 revs, and then it stays there until I've done the first service at 600 miles, and then and then it gets completely taken off. So it's obviously just a bedding in. But yeah, so there's the service interval, there's the temperature, that's my MPG at the moment, so not too bad. And then you got Triumph Navigate Assist, which I think's pretty cool. Where is he going? Let's go down there, that's fine. Let's go this way. Thank you, kind sir. Just cruising slowly in second. Anyway, yeah, sorry, we've got the Navigate Triumph, which you can download an app on your phone, and then it comes up with left and right with how many meters and miles between each exit. So little built-in sat nav is pretty cool. You can link your phone to it, so you can play your music in your headset and things like that. Not that I probably ever will do that, because I love the sound of this engine, but that's the one I like. Look, it just shows you the TFT different gears, but also if I go on a different one, you'll see that it actually pops up there, the gears anyway. So it's yeah, it's quite good. But anyway, let's get to some country roads, and we will yeah, I'll show you what it's like. But it's a lot heavier than the Herald. It's about, I think it's actually about 50 kilograms heavier, so it's a noticeable difference, especially when you're doing slow maneuvers and like getting it in the garage and stuff. But I mean, like actually riding it, it's so light. It's I think a lot of reviewers, they say it's a flickable bike, which means you can literally just, as soon as you want to turn, you know, it turns. But yeah, so oh, thank you, kind sir, appreciate that. But yeah, anyway, so this is the bike. Hopefully this came as a good surprise. I'm sure that Grandad, you're going to be now reviewing this bike and looking at all different types of reviews on YouTube after seeing this video. But I am so chuffed with it. I mean, obviously I've only ridden it for 3 days, but it is just such a lovely bike. I mean, I can't actually describe the feeling of it. It is just wonderful. And it's 40 down here, so I'm going to stick to that. And I think it turns into a national just down there, so I'll open it a little bit. But the sound, I really hope that the microphone is picking up the sound of this bike, because it is brilliant. Yeah, so this is going to be my bike, which I'm going to have for many years. There is no reason for me to want anything bigger than this. I said before that I only wanted a mid-range bike, which is what this technically is. It's a naked mid-range. Yeah, so I think the only thing I'm going to do to this bike is I might change the mirrors and get some bar end mirrors like I had on my Herald, because I do like them type of mirrors. These ones I'm just getting used to looking in the mirrors a bit. But you know, that's only little gripes. Oh, and the other thing is I did actually purchase, actually using that money which we exchanged in New Zealand into English pounds, I've actually used that to buy a tail tidy for the bike, which is you'll see on the reviews, I'm sure, that the number plate sits on the back of the rear wheel, and I don't like that. That's the only thing I don't like about the bike, and it's something which a lot of people say as well, and I didn't mind too much. Obviously I saw this bike in a showroom along with the Street Triple, and I wasn't that keen on it then. But anyway, I bought a tail tidy, which means the number plate will be sat behind the back of the bike, like it is on a lot of other bikes. Yeah, so anyway, the reason why I got this bike, hopefully I'm still recording, the reason why I got this bike instead of the Street Triple is because the Street Triple, it was more race orientated. You're down like this. Obviously it's a much bigger CC, it's a much quicker bike, and I just thought, what's the point? You know, like, I think the fact that I'm 30 when I started riding, I think has been a grace, because it means that I'm more conscious about speed and danger and things like that, and I'm not as stupid. And this bike is more than powerful enough for me. I probably would have been fine on the Street Triple, but I just thought, you know, what is the point? You know, I'm going to be using this as a daily commuter, so I want to, you know, go on, mate, you can go past me. There you go, buddy. There's yeah, I'm going to be using this as a daily commuter bike, so I want something comfy. It's also got a bigger pillion passenger seat in case I ever want to take any pillions. But yeah, this is I don't know what else to say really. I mean, it's, yeah, hopefully you can see from the bike and my voice how happy this is making me. I think I'm going the right way. I wanted to hit a little bit of countryside, but let me use this auto blipper downshift already. There you go, look how smooth that is. So smooth. Oh, I think there's actually a bit up here, which is a bit of countryside. I can't help but use the clutch. I'm so used to using the clutch. Just going through Boxstead at the moment. Nice little village. And I'll tell you what, on the way to work today there was a kid by the you probably saw it at the start of this video, but there was a kid which wanted me to rev the bike, and I remember I did that a few times on the Herald, and with a single cylinder I felt a bit silly, but with this one, oh, I mean, who doesn't like, what's he doing there? Oh, alright, thank you, mate, cheers. Right, okay, so I think down here is where, oh, I think down here is the National, and this is where I came yesterday on the bike and got really wet. It is the National, yeah, so it's still a little bit wet and muddy, so I'm not going to go stupid. Not that I would anyway, but let me just slow down a little bit. But this delivers 80% of torque from 3,500 revs. Now, I'm not full throttle in this. I'm only doing quarter throttle, because that is per the braking instructions for the engine. So anything you see here, it's literally a quarter throttle. There you go, up to 60. And you know what, I did a little bit of dual carriageway driving yesterday on the way back from Ipswich, and oh my god, the difference. The Herald could get up to 70, but it was screaming at you. This got up to 70 and it was like, alright, yeah, this is calm, I can sit here all day, I'm just purring away. So it's going to be so much nicer to commute down to Ipswich as well. I think I might turn around here, right in the nice mud, just because there's a car behind me and I don't want to show them up. So actually, whilst I'm here, let me show you the bike. So to second, then down to neutral. I found that apparently on a lot of Triumphs that is the way to go. So it's going to be muddy because I've just gone down a muddy, but this is the bike. Oh man, look at that. It does give the back of the bike a real nice look, but then again, this is going to go, so all of this and everything, that's going. I'm keeping this, and that's going to sit just there underneath the brake light there, and it will show off this massive tyre.